Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the train service starting back in Jamaica. Now it was recently announced that the government is trying to get the train service up and running again in Jamaica. Now Jamaica once had a train service, one of the first train services in the world, and it ran from 1845 to 1992. In 1992, it was said it was too expensive to maintain the trains, the tracks, the engines, those kind of things. So the entire passenger rail service in Jamaica stopped. However, Minister Aldershaw is trying to get the train service up and running again. And they're trying to do it in 3 phases. They're trying to get the passenger line service up and running. And it's estimated to cost hundreds of millions of US dollars. So that would take you from, say, Kingston or Spanish Town to Mount Pelio to the major towns around the island. Then they're trying to get a tourist service up and running. And this part is actually the plans are on the way. The service hasn't started yet, but it should start soon. They want to take persons to these tourist destinations via train. So an example would be to get the train in Montego Bay and head towards the Appleton Estate in St. Elizabeth. So that service it's going to start soon. So that should be up and running soon. And also they want to have the trains running to other tourist destinations. So you could even leave from Spanish Town to go to St. Elizabeth. So they're working on that. And the third part they're working on is to get a freight service going again. Because you've seen to move goods around the island now, they use trucks, trailers, those kind of things. So a train could carry a lot more cargo than a truck could. So those 3 things are what is in the works to try and get the train service up and running again. Now, recently, I think it was January of this year, a pilot project was done to take students from Old Harbour and Linstead, to Spanish Town. And that service is operational now. Those lines are up and running, and 16,000 students a day use that train service. So it's coming along nicely. Might move a little slow at first, but it's good to see that the government is trying to get this service up and running. Now to try to get the train service up and running, it's being done through the Ministry of Transport and Mining. Now let's talk about the passenger lines. They say it's going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars to get it up and running, which is realistic. It's manageable. To build the Highway 2000, I think it was over $1 billion US it costs. It's very expensive to build highways. So can you imagine to get these train lines up and running? It's going to cost money, but it would be a good investment because the company, they're looking for a foreign investment to do it, to get the trains up and running. Now, it's feasible because let's take a look at the highways. Highway 2000 was built. It cost, let's just say for example, it cost $1 billion US. And that is the road that takes you from Kingston to Ocho Rios, that leg of the highway. It was well done, very impressive. A company came in, and a foreign company, and they were given a concession to collect toll on the road to make back their money. So I think it's 35 years. From the date of completion for the 35 years, for the next 35 years from that date, they can collect the toll to pay back for the road. So a similar arrangement could be made with an investor for the train service. They invest 800 million US dollars, just as an example, and the government gives them a concession to collect the, we wouldn't call it toll, I guess the fare, and for persons to use the train. So at the end of the concession, Jamaica gets the highways and the company gets paid back their money plus a profit. I assume the same arrangement could be made for the trains. And one thing that Highway 2000 showed not only Jamaica but the world is that such an arrangement could work in Jamaica. Now the government had to give a revenue guarantee. That's why the toll rate keeps going up, because special arrangements were made to secure the investment. So the same thing could be done with the train service. So it's not unattainable, it's not out of reach when they say 800 million or hundreds of millions of US, because Jamaica is in a position now where investors will invest that kind of money in the service. Now also, it might take a little time, maybe a year or so, to get the bidding and all of that. You have to put the technical work together, but I'm not sure how far they've gone with that part, but it can be done. It's going to take a little time, but the passenger rail service can operate again. And even if the government has to subsidize the ticket for a while to make it feasible, I think they should do it, because the benefit they will receive in people being able to move around the island easily and efficiently will be beneficial. To move cargo from, say, Kingston to Montego Bay, it will be beneficial. To connect both airports will be beneficial. And the public transport sector system, it's not efficient. It's not. I mean, persons shouldn't have to stand up at a bus stop for an hour just to get a bus, and then they have to rush to get the taxi. There are better ways. It's the year 2022. There must be a more efficient way, and I think that is the rail service. I really think it's something that Jamaica needs. And when the trains were running back in the 1960s, up to 1 million Jamaicans a year used to take the train. Millions of people took the train. So there is, I mean, people want the trains. People will use the trains. So hopefully this is something that can be done quickly and efficiently. And I think it's an excellent project for the government to get these trains up and running again. Alright guys, what you think about the train service starting back in Jamaica? You can leave a message in the comment section below. Also remember to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.